Coconut sugar, baby. Holy cow, it's the best thing I've ever eaten. It hangs from the spoon. Oh my God. Eat more carbs. Hello, beautiful high carb enthusiasts or high carb wannabes. Let's have some ice cream, shall we? I see a lot of this on YouTube talking about vegan ice cream or fruit ice cream. Let's be honest, it's sugar. But we're going to make it a little bit more ice creamy today. I'm going to be honest with you, and I've done it with mostly pure fruit before. I've done it with a little bit of coconut water before. You're about to see a completely experimental version of this with me. First thing you're going to need is some bananas. You want to cut them up. You want them really ripe. Look, the riper they are, the sweeter they are. The sweeter they are, the more like ice cream it is. So, I mean, if that peeling is black, yeah, baby. So, I don't know. I got 2 or 3 of those in here. And I want to strawberry flavor it up a little bit. So, I have some frozen strawberries. Now, I've let them sit out a little bit. Honestly, I probably should let them sit out a little bit longer, especially the frozen strawberries, because they're really hard. But we're going to see what happens. I think the bananas are going to be fine. I also have my trusty coconut sugar, baby. So we're going to put a little of that in that and sweeten it up even more. Look, if you want ice cream, you want it sweet, right? I'm going to need something out of here. This organic pure vanilla extract. Get you some of that. It's good in just smoothies and everything. I have some silk coconut milk, darling. Silk coconut milk. Coconut milk has a lot of fat. Now, fat, every gram of fat has about 9 calories or so. So 1 cup of this is 80 calories, but it has 5 grams of fat, which is about 40 in the 45-ish. So about half of your calories are from fat. We're going to just put a little bit of this because, well, we don't want to get all high fat now, do we? And I'll make up the difference with coconut water. There's some machines you can make where you don't even really put anything in there. I think it helps a little bit when you're using a blender to put a little bit of something in there to help spice it up. Nevertheless, here we go. I'm making a lot of it too. Look, when you're on a high carb, high calorie, eat what you want as long as it's the right kind of food. Just pig out, baby, pig out. So I think it's about 3 bananas. I don't know what this is. It's about a cup, maybe a little more than a cup of whole organic frozen strawberries that we're going to dump in here. Now, this is a little half cup measuring cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a half or less of this half cup with coconut milk. So I'm going to be getting a 1/4 cup or less. So I don't want very much in there. So get a little bit of creamy. So, you know, instead of getting 80, we're going to be getting like 20 something. And I'm going to finish the rest of this half cup off with coconut water. If you're going to get coconut water, I mean, I recommend that you get the coconut water where you look at the ingredients and it just says coconut water. This is the bottom of the carton, so. All right, so I got a half cup of that, and I'm really hoping that it's not too much of that. I really don't want too much in there, but we'll see how my blender does. Usually I'll just do this with some bananas and sometimes not even add other fruit. And it's a lot better that way because the bananas cream up really, really good. So I'm going to add a little vanilla flavor to it. Now what this will do is it kind of makes it, especially if you're only doing bananas, it'll make it taste more like vanilla ice cream. This will take the banana-y taste out. Of course, I like the banana taste. But it'll make it more of a vanilla-y type base. Then we're going to put some coconut sugar in here. I really don't know how much to put. There's 3 bananas in there. So I'm going to say we're going to do around 5 or 6 of these. How about that? Let's do 6. 6 heaping teaspoons of coconut sugar. Coconut sugar. Now, I don't know what kind of blender you're going to have, but, you know, you're kind of just going to have to roll with the flow and see what happens. I'm going to start out on the crushed ice setting, which is basically a pulse, and see if I can get it to start grinding, and then we'll see if we can move to a puree and see what we come up with. So here we go. There. I want it pretty thick, so I'm going to stop there. The thing about it is those bananas I don't think were quite frozen enough. I may have put too much liquid in there. It's not going to be quite as liquidy as I'd hoped, or as ice creamy as I'd hoped. The thing about it is though, boy, that's a big spoon. I don't want to use that spoon. I should have got this spoon before I started. I wouldn't be all in your face like that. Nevertheless, we're going to see. Yeah, it's pretty thick. Oh, boy. Oh, either way, it's going to be good. I can tell you that. So there's a couple things you can do at this point. One, if you do happen to screw up your recipe, which I did, and that was experimenting with the coconut milk. There's a couple things that you can do. It's still pretty thick though. Holy cow, it's the best thing I've ever eaten. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop the video and eat this. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this bowl, while I'm eating this bowl, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it in another bowl. I'm gonna slap that baby in the freezer. And probably about an hour later, it'll get a little bit stiffer. Ultimately, you want it to come out stiff. That's gonna depend on a lot of things. It's gonna depend on how much liquid you put in there. I recommend starting out with too little. Because you can always add more. It's going to depend on your blender though. If your blender is a Haas and you have the crushed ice or the pulse setting on it, you're going to be able to get some performance out of it and you'll probably be fine. And you'll probably be able to do it with very little, if any, liquid, which will get it really thick. It'll be more like a sorbet though, or a sherbet, a stiff sherbet. I want it a little more creamier, like ice cream. That's why you want to put a little liquid in it. Oh, good. You see it's thick though. It hangs from the spoon. Holy cow. Okay, I'm saying bye now. I have some lovely vegan ice cream. Eat more carbs.